Hey guys, welcome back to Calgary Barbell once more. I just finished sapping my will to live with deadlifts, so we're gonna do a quick recap of the week. Monday, competition squats went really poorly. I haven't felt that crappy squatting in a while, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. Shirted bench didn't go that much better. Warmed up really quickly, just kind of rushed through it. Got up to 475, which is 215 kilos. And got probably the closest I have in that shirt. I think it was about a 1.5 to 2 board. And the press was decent. I had 3 singles there. 2 of them were really crappy. The one that I'm talking about was decent. And then I came down to 420 pounds or 190 kilos for a set of 5. And I only got 4 reps there. Just really wasn't feeling it. Shoulders were feeling a little bit beat up. So needless to say, not a super good day of training. And today is my raw deadlift day. So what I did today was I worked up to a single at 330 kilos, which is 728, 730, something like that. And that went really good. About the same RPE as last week. 7.5 kilos more than last week, so that was sweet. And then I did 8 sets of 5 deadlifts with 270 kilos, which is just under 600 pounds. That was much harder mentally than it was physically, that's for sure. Just trying to get myself back onto the bar over and over and over and over again. It was really a test, like I said, more mentally than physically. But everything went well, the bar was moving really good, there was lots of speed on the bar, technique felt good, my hip felt good, my back felt good. So we'll take that as a win. Then I did some bench, some pin press today, and honestly it was all over the place on the bench. I don't know what exactly was going on there. My triple at 152 kilos was probably the weirdest thing I've ever benched in my life. My shoulders were all over the place. I was tossing the bar in 6 different directions. It was just goofy. What I wanted to talk about a little bit was just kind of honesty with your training. Like I said, Monday's squats went super shit. I was 212 kilos, so 465, somewhere around there. And I was trying out some new cues, working with the guy who just started here. He's a chiropractor. He trained with Chris Duffin for a little bit in Portland. So I was working on some bracing stuff, and my warm-ups felt really good. And then when I got up to my top sets, my heavier sets, everything just fell apart with his cues. And then I did my last set, going back to what I had been trying to do and had success with previously and was pain-free before with, and it just was crap. Everything hurt. I had to slow my reps down so I wasn't like just in a lot of pain every time I locked them out. You know, and I would love to just not talk about that in the video and be like, yeah, squats went good, we're not gonna show them, but yeah, good, everything was great. I'm fantastic, I'm such a good lifter. But I think there's something to be said for, I don't know, being human, making things personable and identifiable for people watching. You know, sometimes training sucks for good athletes, and for better athletes than me, you can believe that. So I just wanted to share with you guys the fact that, you know, I have been making really good progress. Things have been feeling good, but even still, you know, there's gonna be setbacks. So you kind of just gotta wrap your head around that and move on. I'm really hoping coming back to squat tomorrow, and you know, I have hope that tomorrow is gonna be better. I have hope that I'm gonna be able to use those cues that I had been using successfully, integrate the new cues that I got from Adam on Monday, and you know, try to make it work. I talked to Rory a little bit. We changed some stuff around with the squat progression I'm going to be doing. So I'll be doing 5 sets of 3 instead of 3 sets of 5, little things like that. But I'm very hopeful that things will continue to pick up and continue to move in the right direction. But there definitely are setbacks. So one thing we're gonna do in this video, and this is gonna be a new regular thing on the channel, is once a week, we're gonna do our question of the day as per usual. Once a week, we're actually gonna take a video from one of our subscribers, from one of our viewers. You guys can email the address in the description below, and we're going to critique technique. So what we wanna do is we wanna get more people using better technique. We want people to see what we look for in technique, and we wanna try to help people improve the way they're lifting, do things more efficiently, stay more injury-free, and hopefully that helps everybody out there. So we're gonna start this series of video analysis off with a guy named John Allen. He's asked a couple of questions about technique, and we checked out one of his videos, so here goes. The first thing I'm gonna make note of is John's starting position here. So when he starts, you can see his shoulders are a little bit in front of the bar. So it looks like what he needs to do is pull his lats on a little bit more. So try and think about pinching your armpits shut, John, to try and keep that bar closer to you. Because what's happening then, from there, is when you start your deadlift, what happens is your knees straighten out and your torso doesn't come up with it, which causes your hips to shoot up behind you and the bar to get out in front of you and rounds your back. So if we can get you in a position where your torso is maybe a tiny bit more upright, not necessarily sitting your butt down, but shortening your torso effectively by pulling your shoulder blades down your back, that's gonna help you keep the bar closer. And then the next thing I want you to really focus on is when you initiate your deadlift, I want you to think about pushing the floor away, less so than pulling back on the bar. What we want is we want your torso angle to stay the same while you push the floor away, keeping your lats engaged. And that bar should come pretty much straight up your shins. And then once you cross your knees, I want you to think about squeezing your glutes and pulling back to finish. So you can see as you come up off the floor, your back angle starts in one spot and then your back angle actually changes before the bar even comes up off the floor. You end up in more of a stiff leg position. So what we gotta do is we gotta tighten those lats to keep you more upright. We gotta think about pushing the floor away, trying to think about how you would do a leg press. Think about bracing your torso super tight and pushing the floor away. You got those glutes on and push. Start your deadlifts with a push. All right, John, so I hope that helps you fix your technique a little bit. Let us know if that works for you. And if you want me to clarify some of those cues, I definitely can. Hopefully this assists you in fixing up some of those SI issues you may have been having. So like I said, we're gonna try and do one of these video analysis on the channel once a week. So I want you guys to go ahead and send any videos you have with technique questions. Send them to that email Dylan's gonna put in the description below, and we will make sure to pick one each week. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you next time.